Hi, everybody. So glad to have you all joining us tonight, the Tuesday night M Network Opportunity Call. My name is AJ Willoughby, and I am so happy to get to introduce to you a woman that I've known for a while now that have had the chance of seeing how she works and seeing this amazing leader do some incredible stuff. She has been a multi-million dollar earner, always been the top 2 to 5% income earners in other companies, and has earned millions of dollars helping others realize their dreams. And at the same time, she's been doing this all as a single mother. Her goal in life is to help as many people as possible achieve the very same freedom that she enjoys. And she's been in this industry over 20 years. She knows her stuff, and she knows how to do it, and she knows what makes great leaders. But the question is, why in the world would Kat Barnes, here we are. Why Kat Barnes? Why would she come to M Network? What is it that made the difference for her? Kat, welcome to the call.
Hi, AJ. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. So tell us, Kat, what is it about M Network that made the difference for Kat Barnes? Why did you make the decision here?
Everything. Absolutely everything. I swore I'd never, ever get back into network marketing after my last company, and everything was just right. Every single element was here. All the ingredients were here, including my jingle bells. But everything was perfect. I had the first of all, I know Ryan. I adore your father. Andy and I go way, way back also. Uh, and everybody who was involved has the integrity that I was looking for. Okay, people are number one. I'm a people person. That's number one thing with me. I wanted the people. People are all there. You've got Deidre Howard. You've got John Zenas. You've got, I mean, more leaders than you possibly imagine. There's absolutely awesome people. So people are really, really important. Who you surround yourself with is who you are going to become. And one day I hope to become just like you, AJ, although not quite as hairless. But I'm working. Anyway, but you want to become you. I try, and I would like to surround myself with the people that I would like, that I want my children, my daughter, I have one daughter, to walk the beaches of the world with. Okay, if I always, everybody can join your business. Everybody can come into the business. It's not a big deal, but the people that you associate with are what matter. And in this business, you get to choose who you work with. And for me, that's huge because I choose to work with the people that I want my daughter around, that I don't mind walking the beaches of the world with, that I would trust with her, that I want her to become more like, to become an influence in her life because she's 14 years old. And I don't want her hanging out with deadbeats and people who maybe don't have the same values I do, etc. So that's important. The people are number one. Second part of it that was huge for me were the ingredients. My background's medical, my education is forensic anthropology. I've been in or out of the medical or physical field for quite some time. And it's important to me that whatever I'm putting in my body and my daughter's body is good. It has to be something that is not harmful and that is very good for you. So the ingredients were important to me, as well as, and this is a biggie, and this is going to sound a little bit, I'm not cheap, okay? I'm really not a cheap person, but people have a tendency to put a value on their health that is below that which they should. And I'm a single mom. I understand this. My forte in one of my last companies, I've only been in 3 that I really, really worked with, were single moms. And if it comes down to putting Cheerios on the table or a product in the refrigerator, guess what's going to win? Those little tummies, they talk to you. They talk to you big time. So for me, the affordability of the product was paramount. In my last company, the product was exceedingly expensive. And in order to really do any good, after a while they changed the product for one thing, and to get the really good stuff, you had to pay extra, okay? And I'm probably ticking off some people by saying that, but I'm telling the truth because I know the truth. And in order to do any good, you had to have the really good stuff. Well, with what I've got here, I'm just going to use the core, okay, as an example, the core AO, okay? In one 30-stick box of core AO, okay, I have the equivalent of 8 to 10 bottles of that other product. Now, that's my personal opinion. I do not have the science to prove it, but I have, let's just say that I have very good account that that's what it's equivalent to. I'm also seeing that that's the way it works. Now, Dr. Templeman will not tell you that, and Dr. Keith will not tell you that, but I'm telling you that that's not just my opinion, but I've seen the results. And the fact is that there's a lot of people out there that we could have helped in my last company, but they couldn't afford to take the product. And one of the hardest things that I've had to do is think, oh, wow, great, I've got this wonderful product and it'll do even more than that last product will do. And to go back to some of these people, and I just did this about 4 months ago. I went back and I was talking to somebody and I said, oh, well, I've got to go ahead and get Brenda on this. This is going to be so fantastic. And she passed away 6 months ago. And I'm thinking, man, I'm not saying that this stuff will save your life. I'm just saying that I think I could have made a difference. And to know in my heart that I could have made a difference, but I didn't, that tears me up. It really does. So the people, the ingredients, the product, and the affordability of the product, that was a huge, huge, huge part of why I joined M Network, why this is so important to me, why this has become my passion, why this has become my obsession. The other thing is I've never seen a system. And for those of you who were not in Cabo and are not part of the beta test that we have coming up, all of my life in network marketing, I have looked for a silver lining. It's something that everybody could do, something that levels out the playing field, okay? Well, you've got that with the compensation plan in this because you've got the force matrix. And a force matrix is awesome. It is absolutely awesome. Like, people can't say, well, you didn't put anybody underneath me. I'm not putting anybody underneath anybody. They fall where they fall. The chips fall where they fall. That's just the way it is. And I really, really like that. But with the system that we've got coming down the road, that's free, by the way. I've never had that before. That's the first time I've ever had a company give me this kind of a system, any kind of system, if you want to know the truth. People who have never been successful in not just network marketing, but any business, are going to be able to take what is passionate for them. I have people who will not, and I'm not saying won't, I can't talk them into it, but they will not talk to another person, okay? But they will spend hours on Facebook. I'm just learning Facebook. This is not my thing. I don't know how to do this, okay? I'm learning. But they'll spend hours and hours on Facebook. And I didn't realize, by the way, how big a deal that was until I was sitting in a real estate seminar in my foray in between my last company, leaving my last company, and this one. I got into real estate. And I was sitting in a real estate seminar. It had been a 3-day seminar. And yeah, the last day I'm kind of sitting there, and I'm not the most patient person in the world, a little ADHD going there. So I've got a little cat toy, which I always have cat toys on the desk. I play with my little cat toy, and I'm just kind of half listening to what the guy is saying. And all of a sudden he says, the average person spends 6 hours a day on Facebook. And I said, no way! And in room 1,000 people, and everybody just turned and looked at me, and they said, where have you been? And I'm going, I don't know. So that's something that with the system that Alan and Deidre and everybody's working on as far as Facebook goes, I'm learning that part. But that's something that if you really wanted to do it just with Facebook, you could do it. You would not have any problem doing it, as a matter of fact. So, and not to mention the fact that, like, people like me, I happen to like to go ahead and I like to talk to people. Well, this will actually go ahead and tell me who I need to talk to in my organization. I won't have to go ahead and dig down. In my last business, one of the biggest people I worked with, one of the best people I have ever worked with, was on my 127th level. Now, this woman, she was in Sweden, and she was very determined to do this business. But she searched her way up manually, calling and saying, okay, well, who's your sponsor? Because they wouldn't tell her. She worked her way all the way up, and we met kind of halfway in between. I think I was working my way down. I was like on number 57 down, and she was working her way back up. And so with this new system, I think that we're going to be able to talk to people all over the place, which is fantastic. I'll be able to go ahead and look and see. And Alan says that we can go ahead and send letters to them and notes to them and everything else. I'm still learning this stuff. I mean, computers are, as you can tell, computers are not my thing, but I was so excited about that. And it's free. That's what's so cool. It's free. The closest thing I ever had to anything like this was an autoresponder, and I think I paid $20 a month for it. And I never figured the sucker out. It was like, are you serious? I couldn't figure out how to put the letters in or anything else. And everything's going to be there for us. And Alan's probably sitting there going, you can't tell him that. You can't tell him that. Oh, yeah, I can. Oh, yeah, honey, it's coming. It's coming. And you're going to have people who say, oh, well, I can't sell anything. No, but can you press a button? I mean, seriously, can you press a button? And this is all free, and it's all part of, and we're back to the people now. This is all part of people who actually care. Ryan is probably one of the purest, most genuine people I have ever met. He was the vice president in charge of marketing for another company when I first met him, and he took care of, I had a very large European group, and he took care of all of them, and they adore him, absolutely positively adore him. And you're probably thinking, well, Ken, I don't know anybody over there. How am I going to get it? Look, there's something called 6 degrees of separation. And if you're listening to this right now, we're 6 degrees separated. It's a psychological, sociological phenomenon, hypothesis, if you will, that states that every person in the world is actually six people separated from the next person. In other words, I'm only 6 people removed from the Pope. Okay, I'm only 6 people removed from the President of the United States. That means I know somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody. Now okay, pick a place that you want to, that you would like to visit, that you would love to visit. Okay, Thailand. You're only 6 people separated from somebody who knows somebody in Thailand or who is in Thailand. Okay, if that's where you want to go, or if you want to go to Germany, or if you want to go to, I know we have some wonderful people in Hawaii right now. They're just absolutely amazing, and they're kicking it with M. Okay, and they can't even get on our calls because, I mean, when we do our morning calls, it's like 3 o'clock in the morning for them, and some people actually sleep. Go figure that one out. But so all of these things kind of added up, and it's amazing to me that everything came together at the right time. I'm a firm believer that there are 5 elements that have to be absolutely present for me to do a business. The first one is trends, and right now the trends are physical and financial. Physically, people want to get healthy. They don't want to put a lot of bad things in their body. And also all of these energy drinks, what's Monster and Red Bull and all this other stuff, and people are sucking them down. And when they realize that they can get a bottle of water and for $2 they can get the energy, without the really bad woof and really bad oof back down, you know, that they really get excited about that. And then you've got nootropics, the Smart, and you've got the Soul. The Soul for me is my ultimate product because I'm ADHD, and if I take a Soul, then I calm down and everything's kind of like, but I mean, so physically, it's definitely there. The trends are there. Financially, they're there because there's so many people who are having such a hard time financially. I mean, how many people, what does Ryan say the other day? The average person cannot afford a $400 emergency room trip without digging out the credit card. That's sad. We live in the greatest nation on earth, and that's sad. That is really, really sad. Okay, so that's the financial side of it. Product side, I've already covered that. We've got the products. The products are all there. Okay, it definitely works. Company, we're talking about people. That's number 3. Company, the company's there. We've got the product to take care of us. We've got an affordable product. That's huge. An affordable product. It's not complex. It's an affordable product. Something that helps people, that they can actually afford to eat and go ahead and do that. Speaking of eating, another product story. I've lost 37 pounds now, AJ. That plaid thong bikini's mine, baby. It's mine. Yeah, I know. You want one too. I know. We won't talk about that. Anyway, so you've got the trends, you've got the product, you've got the company. Now, compensation-wise, you've got a force matrix so that I don't have to decide where I'm going to put anybody. Everybody has an equal chance of making it. And even if somebody decides that they want to go ahead and become a member of M, which they can right now for $99, and they sit there and they buy 2 boxes a month, sooner or later, there'll be 4 levels underneath them, and they're going to get a check for 90 bucks. Their product's paid for right there. Why wouldn't anybody go on at least a 2-box blue box special? You don't have to be on auto ship or blue box, but 2 boxes, 2 boxes doesn't last very long in our household at all, because Kinsley and I both suck down a lot of core. So, you know, the compensation plan is definitely there, even for somebody who doesn't ever do anything. So the $99, that's for a box and a membership. So it's business in a box. Basically, you got business in a box. You got a business center plus a box of product that you can really knock your socks off with, okay? And then the 5th thing, and in my mind, sometimes the most important thing, is a system. And we have the system. A lot of you may not yet be totally aware of how fantastic this system is going to be. But whether you want to sell retail, which we've never been able to do before, I had to have one of my best distributors excommunicated because she owned a health food store and she wanted to put the product on the shelf, and she was not allowed to. We encourage you to do this. We encourage you to go ahead and put the product on a shelf anywhere you want to. Okay, as long as you sell it for what is the retail price, which is $44.95 a box, and a lot of places are selling it for $2 a stick, and they're doing quite well with it. By the way, selling it as a mixer, a Smartini is really making the rounds right now. I don't drink myself, but I hear that it's really, really yummy because the Smart, of course, takes care of the hangover, and then the vodka gives you one. So it's kind of a 50-50 thing. I don't really understand, but kind of something along that. So anyway, so the system's there. We can sell it retail. We can do a fundraiser. Right now, I've got 2 fundraisers going. I'm helping a lot of people, and I'm helping the senior class of my daughter's school. Actually, they've been really short on money to get to, I didn't know this, to get to a trip for their senior trip. Basically, they're not going to have one if we don't raise some money for them. So we're going to raise some money for them, and I think we can do that very, very simply because they're very health conscious, and not only that, but they're smart kids. So you can do it retail, you can do it fundraisers, you can go out and just talk to all of your friends and say, hey, this is a great business. And this time of year is the best time of the year to talk to your friends, because they're all talking about, oh, I got taxes coming in January. Oh my gosh, property taxes are due right now. For $99, they have a business. And with a business, you have more tax write-offs than you can possibly imagine. Little Susie needs that new computer. Okay, or you need a new computer, absolutely, for your business. Well, guess what? That's a tax write-off before December 31st. I mean, I'm not an accountant, I can't tell you that, but I can tell you that there's a lot of things you can write off. My accountant always thought that I was very imaginative, though. I have Great Danes, and I always wanted to write off their dog food, you know, part of the security system. They said no, but we won't go there. Anyway, so you've got everything. You've got the trends, you've got the product, you've got the company, you've got the compensation plan, and you've got the system. And this compensation plan, by the way, just to back up a little bit, will knock your socks off. You can make a lot of money with this. I'm not going to tell you how much I made, but AJ knows that I made a very good amount. More money, let's say that maybe not this president, but at least 4 times the amount a year of the last president was in office. I don't know what they're making now, but I was doing pretty good. And I think that with this, I think that we can beat all the records. And not only that, but I'm with John Zenas. I always made the top. I always made, you know, really good money. I always made the top ranks and everything like that. This is the first time in my networking career, in my business career, that I can see where people are going to make as much of, as if not more, and I'm going to bring a lot of people with me if they only want to. They want to raise their hand, and it's not the CAT club, it's the M club, okay? Because we all work together. AJ and I are cross-lined to each other. We're both underneath his dad. And yet he and Jill and I work hand in hand. John Zenas, cross-line. We work hand in hand. Deidre Howard, cross-line. All of these people, we work cross-line, and it doesn't matter because everybody benefits. And when you have a company, a product, and a common cause, it's amazing the things you can do. We can move worlds. We could absolutely move worlds with this company, with everything that we've got in it. And if people can just see that, it'll blow your mind. And if you're listening to this right now and you're not taking advantage of the $99 special, at least, I believe that you need to come in with the elite package for the simple fact that you need the product. Yes, you do. You need the product. Plus, you get 3 business centers. 3. That means that you can make twice the amount of money. Okay, you got 3 business centers right here. Okay, you make money this one, this one, this one. Okay, you can make a lot more money with 3 business centers than you can with 1. But no matter what you need to do, you need to get back to the person who invited you because you need to get started. Because if you don't get started now, you're going to say, oh, well, I'll put it off till after the first of the year. Nuh-uh, tax write-off this year. That's what you need. Not to mention the fact that this is the most stressful time of the year. You need the core, and you need the go, and I need the soul. So get back to the person who invited you to this call and tell them, I'm ready. I know the 5 things. I know the 5 things. Kat told me the 5 things. Little cat paws. Yeah, I'm going to go. Not only that, but there's a real simple rule with this. Have fun. A lot of you have jobs, JOBs, jump out of beds, whatever you want to call them, just over broke. I don't care what you call them. This is fun. This is fun. There's 4 rules in the kingdom of Kat. And the first rule is have fun. And the rest of them don't matter because I have a really good time doing what I'm doing with some of the best people in the whole world. So with that, AJ, that's why I'm here. And you asked the question.
That was amazing. Thank you so much, Kat. I'll tell you, this is such an exciting time. And like you said, we've got that special right now of the $99 that is only going through the end of the year. So that's something that you're going to want to definitely take advantage of right now because, the opportunity's not going to be here. So that's good. That's an amazing deal for $99. You can get in, you get started and get going right away. And you know what? You bring 2 other people in at that same way and you make your money back.
That's right.
You'll actually going to make a buck because you get $50, if you bring someone in with the same thing. So what a great way to do it and to make some quick money for Christmas and get your business kick-started off the right way because we are looking at some exciting things happening for 2018. Now, Kat, I got a question for you. Here we are. I know this is an opportunity that when you come in with this company and with what we have, it doesn't matter where you come in, whether the company's 5 years old, 10 years old, 20 years old, it's going to be a great opportunity coming in. But, there's always people who say, well, if I could have gotten in at the beginning, to where are we at timing-wise, Kat?
Perfectly, absolutely perfect. And then, the people who always come and say, oh, well, I wish if I'd gotten in the beginning, then that was one thing. In my last company, I got in not at the beginning. I got in like 2 or 3 years after it even started. And I passed up with my group. I passed up people that had been in for years and years and years. Timing timing's good and timing's everything, but timing right now with this company is everything because you want to be there when we introduce all of this great new system and everything else that's coming down the road in January. You want to be there for that. You don't want to have to hear about, well, yeah, we did this later on, etc. The other thing is, AJ, we're coming up to a point in the year where new beginnings are so important. And we start thinking about, okay, how did I change my life in this last year? And a lot of people look back and they're very disappointed because, gosh, this just feels, like what I had so many great plans last January and I was just going to go ahead and jumpstart everything. No, now is the time to jumpstart it because that way, when January 1st comes, you hit the ground and you are already running. You got the learning curve is over. There is no learning curve with this in the first place. They do everything for you. They ship it. They do everything except for drink it for you. And Ryan's been known to drink mine on occasion. You know, he stole a stick or two. So, but and so have you, for that matter. Come to think of it. But the thing is that now is the time. Don't wait. Do not wait until January 1st. Run now. Get some right now. Not to mention the fact that this is the time of year. Now, I don't know about you, AJ, but there are people who I never talk to or communicate with except for this time of year. There are people I send a Christmas card and a note to, catching them up, letting them know that Kinsley and I are still alive and how mom's doing and everything like that. And I don't talk to them for the rest of the year. What kind of a disservice am I doing myself and them by not letting them know that, hey, I'm changing my life. Would you like to come with me? These are people that I care about. I'm changing my life. Want to join me? Does that mean that I go ahead and shove it down the throat? Heck no. That just means that I go ahead and I say, look, I've got something that I am so excited about, and this next year is going to be so different from this last year. It's going to be so fantastic. And I'm not only that, but I'm not doing it alone. I've got a whole team. Right?
That's absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. You got a lot of people backing it up. You and Jill and Andy and everybody else. So, I mean, how can you possibly go wrong? You're not in this alone.
Absolutely. And, you know, here we are. They say if you could be in a company, you know, again, anytime, you know, you can get in, take your feet in, and you can make something, you can be, you know, you can be making millions of dollars over the years as things happen. But they also say that the statistics of those who could be in the first 2 years of a company, the statistics of those, the potential for them to become multi-million-dollar earners is greatly increased. Here we are, this company's not even a year old yet. We just launched in January of 2017, this year that we're in right now. So we haven't even hit a year yet. We're just 11 months, almost 11, not even quite 11 months old yet. So come January 15th, then that's when we'll hit our 1 year anniversary. So the timing is so there for you. So just like Kat said, get with the person that got you on this call and tell them that, hey, you know what? I've heard enough information to make me say, you know what? I think this is something I want to do. I want to go ahead. I want to get going. I want to make things happen. And let's get started on this right away and take advantage of the special pricing, $99 that you can get in right now, get you some product and get you all set up. Along with that, also, you get websites and everything that comes along with that. That's all free. Your whole back office setup, everything comes part of that. You don't have to go have websites built or any of that stuff, and you know, keeping track, all your reporting, all that is figured in for you. So you don't have to worry about any of that kind of stuff like you do in traditional business setting. So it's really,
they get us.
huh?
I said, plus they get us.
There you
all
go.
of us.
I don't
Everybody.
know how I am, but you're pretty special.
Everybody is, and that's the whole thing. We're a team. We're all a team. We're the M team.
Absolutely, absolutely, and that's the thing we do. We do this together, and we enjoy working this together. It's something that we have a lot of fun with. So, Kat, anything else before we say goodbye to everybody?
Merry Christmas, and don't wait. Santa's watching you, and so is Mama Cat. Absolutely.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Kat. It's
been
a pleasure having you on with us tonight. Have a great night, everybody.
Bye-bye, everyone.